Today I'm going to be unboxing, testing, and providing an early review of this GardePro E9P Trail Camera. Stick around for this week's gear review. Hey everybody, welcome back to DC Outdoors. This is your source for weekly outdoor adventure videos and gear reviews. Please get started by hitting that like, that subscribe, and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Well, let's get on with this week's gear review. First of all, I want to say thank you very much to the folks at GardePro for sending me their E9P Wi-Fi Trail Camera. They sent this to me free of charge in exchange for a review and in exchange for sharing some of the pictures and the videos that I get from this camera. In this specific video, you're going to see the initial unboxing, some of the initial features and setup of this camera, and then I will also place this camera into the woods and share with you some of the pictures and videos that I get off the initial testing. Beyond that though, stay subscribed to DC Outdoors on both YouTube and Instagram, and going forward, I will share some of the pictures and some of the videos that I continue to get from my GardePro camera. And you can look out for that in both long form videos, shorts videos, and as I mentioned, over on my Instagram feed. So let's open up this GardePro camera, we'll take a look at it, we'll get it set up, and we'll show you some of the initial features. All right, so inside this, it looks as though we have an instruction manual for the battery. We have the instruction manual for the E9P GardePro Trail Camera. We have a looks like a USB cord with a little USB plug-in attachment. So it looks like it has the little USB micro ends and an attachment to plug into the full-size USB. We have the antenna, which would be for helping transmit the Wi-Fi connection off this camera. There's the camera itself, which will open up right away. We have a secondary, we have another cable, and we have a tree strap. There's a look at the GardePro Trail Camera. Opens off the side. There's a look in the inside. Nice, looks like it has a nice big monitor. This must be for the battery. It's got a little remove for use thing. The folks at GardePro did send me an extra battery as well. I believe that this unit is compatible with different charging devices. So I do think you can actually connect a solar panel to this. There's the USB slot and the SD card. So let's get this thing set up and we'll take a look at it. So on the back of the camera, you'll see a little hole in there. That's to run a cable lock through. And then this port here is to run your tree strap, through. So that's a little bit of a different setup than I've traditionally seen. The antenna would get screwed onto this part. So again, that antenna is used to transmit wirelessly to your device. And so the benefit of that is you can actually transmit pictures and video from the trail camera directly through to your cell phone when you're out in the field, as opposed to physically switching SD cards. So that's kind of the advantage there. It does look like it has a bottom peg at the bottom, and so this would screw onto various camera mounts. So again, if you wanted to mount this, onto a tree, for example, you can use this strap, but I know that you can also get different mounts that screw into this bottom port and then would screw into the wood of a tree and allow you to position it different ways. Some people also use this mount to put this on a fence, for example, or again, you could screw it and connect it maybe onto a building if you want to use this for security purposes. On the front here, you have a lot of different sensors. So again, you got some light sensors. You have your IR LEDs, I think, which are over here. This is the optic lens. This is labeled as the central PIR lens. And then you have some side lenses as well, which should help extend that field of view for you. Another feature I'll show you guys too is it has a lock on the side. So again, if you want to run a lock through that, that'll prevent somebody else from being able to open this up and access this in the field. So I do like that as well. So inside of here, you can see that that is the little slot for your SD card. I think there's a microphone right there, guys. So that's to help collect audio off of some of the video, which is awesome. I always love that. So you can hear the sounds that the animals are making, which is really exciting. Shows as well that you have a DC port plug-in. So I'm assuming that you would use that to be able to charge like off of a solar panel or whatnot. I can see that there's a USB port as well. So I'm not quite sure what that's for yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. Over here, you have your menu button, the operational buttons, and the on and off switch. You have a big 2.4-inch built-in LCD screen, which can be used for viewing your pictures or videos in the field, but also for navigating that menu, which is pretty cool too. I love having the big screens. These come in so handy to quickly review pictures and videos in the field, especially when you're setting these things up. I'll show you guys later, but you can position a trail camera in all sorts of different directions, and it's always helpful to be able to position this and see, what position or what area you're capturing. So I do like that you have this kind of little handy tool to be able to, see those initial pictures and videos early in the field. It does say you have to insert an SD card, although may only take you a minute. There are some important things to note about the battery and SD card. So we'll have to go track down an SD card, which I'll grab here shortly, and we'll check back in with you right away. Okay, so we're going to insert the SD card label side up until it clicks. And you do not want to insert this card when this unit is powered up. So the manual does emphasize that. The next thing I think that we have to do is we need to remove this to activate the battery that was built into the device. And let's turn it on. There we go. So it's going to be doing some formatting on this. I love this display right off the bat. The first thing I like about it is it's showing the temperature. I think it's showing what mode it's set up in. It's showing you how much battery percentage is on this unit. It's showing you the full date, which I have not yet set, obviously, and it's got a big, nice display. I haven't looked at all the instructions on this, but let's just see how easy it is to navigate without looking at the instructions. So first of all, let's hit the menu. Okay, so inside the menu, you can just use these buttons to navigate. So it looks like Wi-Fi, you can turn it on and off just by clicking OK and then going up or down to choose what you want to do. Oh, look, there's different channel modes for the Wi-Fi. That's interesting. So something that I probably have to learn a bit more about. Mode, you got motion detection, time-lapse mode, or a hybrid mode. I haven't seen a hybrid mode on a camera before, so I'll have to look into that a little bit in the manual. You have photo or video mode, or both, which I like. So that photo and video mode typically will take a picture and then take a video of whatever, is next, right? So typically that's how it works with those cameras. Photo quality, you got 2 megapixel all the way up to 64 megapixels, which is amazing. I'm curious if I change this to video. Okay, so photo, perfect. Photo quality. Photo burst, you can choose how many pictures you want it to take. I'll change it to 5. Video quality, you got 720p, 1080p, 1296p. I like to crank it up on the highest quality typically, but sometimes the middle ground or lower options probably preserve some space on this camera. So I'll probably leave it at 1080p for good middle of the road HD quality. And that's it. So that's easy. And I got to find out how to set the date. Okay, there's still some more things down here. Video length. You can change it. Oh, cool. You can change it during the day or the night to how long of a video you want to go. And let's see what the options look like. So you can go all the way up to 50 seconds. Oh my gosh, look. You can go all the way up to 5-minute long videos. That's pretty amazing. We'll probably just keep it on a low setting. I like maybe the 15-second. And we'll do the same for the nighttime mode. Oh yeah, and you just go up. Good. Okay to confirm. Video sound, we'll definitely leave that option on. Video format, we'll leave it on MP4. Detection delay. So typically I think what that is the delay before the next sort of series of pictures or videos begins. We have it set to medium sensitivity. Side motion sensors. Interesting. I'll have to see what that option is. I haven't seen that on a trail camera before. Motion test. Time-lapse interval. Time zone. Date and time. So that's how we set the date and the time. So we'll set that soon. Date format, time format, 12 hours or probably 24, temperature unit, change that. Look, you can name the camera. I always love that option. Oh, okay, so their naming structure has some letters and some numbers, but it looks up to 4 characters. So let's change it. Let's go D, BC, let's go down, O, let's go call it DC01. Look, please wait. So that would be locked in. Menu to exit. Info strip, so that would be that setting at the bottom. Loop recording. Usually what that does is it overwrites previous stuff. You can put a password on it, language. We should probably format this SD card because I do think it was in another camera before. Version, contact us. There you go. Cool. So another thing I'll show you guys is how easy it is to take the battery out. So basically you would just pop it out at the top, pull it out like this, and that's kind of how it looks. And then there would be the USB to charge it. Another thing I noticed inside the package is there were 2 of these cords. This one would be for the battery. So again, it would plug into there. And then you can charge it off of that end, or they give you this other end that will plug into a regular USB. So that's how you charge the battery. But then there was a second cord in it, and that one has like the data line on it. So that is the one that you would use to connect into the camera. So I'm assuming that that would allow you to pull videos or whatnot right directly from the camera if you don't want to do it off of this like SD card reader. And another thing of note, it looks as though there's a little LED light on this thing, so there's an indicator for as it's charging, which I think is pretty cool too. So I did mention that I got a secondary lithium-ion battery from them. So these are 8,000 milliamp rechargeable batteries. The reason why I asked for a second one is, as you guys have seen, these cameras only take these batteries. You can purchase a solar panel from them, but since I didn't have a solar panel, I wanted to have a second battery so that way when I'm out in the field checking my cameras, I can just swap these batteries in exchange for one another. And so that's probably what you might want to do if you're not running, for example, like a solar battery or whatnot. All right, everybody. Well, as you can see, we're out in the field. We're going to be setting up our GardePro camera. I'm going to stick it up on this tree over here, and I'm going to face it over that way. I have the sun behind me, so basically you're looking at more or less south that direction, north this direction. So I like to put the camera facing this direction so I'm not going to get my videos and pictures sun blinded. So I'm going to set this thing up on the tree behind me. I'll put my little Wi-Fi antenna on it. And I got to say, one of the things that I do like is I tested this in the backyard, and I could easily access the photos and the videos that were on this thing from probably 20 feet away. So that was pretty cool. And you also don't have to push buttons on the camera or any settings or things. You just go into the app, connect to the camera. Even if you're 20 feet away, you can download the pictures and videos right off of it, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna get this thing strapped to the tree. I am gonna lock it up. We are on public land, anything can happen. This thing might get stolen, guys, but we're going to lock it to the tree. We're far enough away from a spot where typically I haven't seen people before, so hopefully that's on our side. But we'll set this thing up on a tree, and yeah, we'll check in on it in a few weeks. There we go, guys. Our camera is still in there. I don't know, hopefully you guys can see it. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit more. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. Kind of through the back there. There you go. Not stolen, that's a good thing. So let's pull the video from it and see what we got. Okay, so I'm probably like, I don't know, 20 feet away from the camera. I've connected to it. Here, I'll show you how to connect to it. So you go into GardePro. I click connect. To make sure your Wi-Fi is on. So it's connecting. It says it's connected. You click start. And then now you can do a couple things. The gallery is where the good stuff is. So there's our pictures from today. You can see other pictures and video. You can change the sort. So you can see us in there. But when I looked earlier, I did see that it took a couple of interesting shots. Well, let's see. There's a deer cruising by. And got a coyote down there. So what you would do next is you click select. You click select all. And then I think you click save. And then I want to allow it, and it should save it all to my device. See, it's downloading those pictures and videos. So we'll wait a couple of seconds here for that to do its thing. The battery life is good. It still says it's 100%, and it's been out here for 1 month. So I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to download these pictures, and then I'll show you some of them right away. Alright everybody, well as you can see we are back indoors. Thank you for coming along with us here today. That was the first look at some of the pictures and the videos from our new GardePro camera. As I mentioned earlier, I will continue to share more pictures and videos from this camera, both here on my YouTube channel and also over on my Instagram page. So make sure that you're connected with me on Instagram too, so you don't miss out any content that way as well. If you are interested in checking out the GardePro camera or any of the GardePro products, I will drop an affiliate link down below, as well as a discount code. That discount code is going to save you 15% off GardePro products. So if you're interested in checking them out, go click the link and use the discount code below. Other than that, though, I think I'll probably wrap this one up as I usually do. If this was your first time here and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Until next time, we'll see you outdoors. We'll be back soon with our next camping, hunting, or fishing adventure. Until then, click subscribe below and check out these videos.